Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today on MeatCranium Barbecue Review, I'm gonna do a review. The Flame Boss 400. See, Flame Boss 400 is one of these temperature control devices that you put into your pit to control the oxygen and the airflow that goes inside of the pit. Flame Boss also sent me this hat, so but just to let you know, I did get two of them. I got two Flame Boss 400s. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, they gave me to you for free. Well, that's true. They gave me one for free to do a review on, but then I paid full price for the other one because I needed two because I actually have three Weber kettles, but there's only two I'm really going to be working with. Then they also sent me a couple of extra probes to go with the Flame Boss in case those ever go bad. I have a couple extra ones here. Just if you guys are thinking, you know, this is going to be a fluff review. It's not. There is positives and negatives, but there's a lot, and I mean a lot of negatives about this I already found out, and I haven't even used the device yet. First off, let's look at the packaging. I'm not sure which one this is. I don't know if I dug into this one yet or not. I already put one of the notches. I already drilled a hole in one of my kettles, and I'll be doing the other one for you guys. So when you first get it, it comes in out of the box right here. It comes in this bubble wrap. This is what the unit looks like. Right here. That's all it is. Pretty simple. That's what goes into there, and that's what controls the temperature. And then you also get bubble wrap, which I love. Bubble wrap makes me happy. So this thing's pretty simple. It doesn't have anywheres to, GS stands for grill stone, because I have two of them, so I'm just trying to determine which one it is, so I just wrote GS for grill stone. Then the other one has an M on it for Merlin. Sneak peek on some future videos. How they set this up is they have everything, you control everything from your app. From an app on your phone. Alright, so if you see right here, the app for Flame Boss is right there. You just download the app. Let me see, not that one. No, right there. You go to the app. So I have some added controllers, and the instructions are kind of vague on here, but you go ahead and you download it, then you hit controller right here. Then it's going to come up that I got Grillstone, I got Merlin right there, so I know which one I'm going to be working with. You're going to go to Wi-Fi setup, and when you go to Wi-Fi setup, you're going to pick which kind that you have. Flame Boss has a 200, 300, and a 400. So in this case, I would hit the Flame Boss 400. And when you hit Flame Boss 400, what it's going to do, it's going to bring you to your, here, I'll just hit it. Okay. So now right here you see that you need to go to your settings and go to Wi-Fi, then you're going to pick on the one that has FB whatever. You're going to hit on that, then you're going to come back to this, and it's going to automatically upload it. Now this is all fine and dandy because the first device I downloaded went perfectly smooth. It took me roughly about 2 minutes. The second one that I tried to download, it took me, I think, like 2 hours. There was nothing in instructions, and I ran into a bunch of problems. I could not download the second device onto the app. It kept rejecting me. I did everything I did for the first one, could not figure it out. Now here goes my major problems with this. So in the box, you get the thing that goes into the side of your pit. You get that. You also get this this bowl, this ring right here, which is for the use of, like you say, on the side of offsets, which I really like. This is probably the biggest positive about this whole thing I've gone through so far. You get the plug-in to plug it in right here. You get some probes. So right here, you get some probes right here. And you get a little baggie that has these items in it right here. Okay. So you get a screw, and that goes for the cup, the washer, and then you get this wing nut right here, and then you get this little ring. Here we go. These are the instructions right here. So in the instructions, you get one here important that tells you about how to adjust the vent on your kettle, like just barely crack them open when you have it going on. Okay, that's cool. And it's double-sided. In English, it says the same exact thing. So is this one, temperature probe care. Okay, it tells you how to take care of the do's and don'ts of your temperature probe. Well, that is double-sided as well in English. You would figure if they would do double-sided, you know, maybe one side would be in Spanish because of our heavy Spanish population. It's not. Now you come into the instructions. Now just so you know, before I even say anything, I even make these videos, I go through my issues, I call the companies I have the issues with, I tell them what my problems are, I tell them what is going to be inside that video. So Flame Boss already knows the issues and everything else that I've had with these instructions and with my experience so far. See, they try to offer these devices at a lot cheaper price than the competitors. That's why the Flame Boss 400 is done basically all on the app. But there's no excuse onto why the majority of the valid information that you need is not in the instructions, okay? And the pictures make no freaking sense. So here you've got the warnings right here, okay, and you have what's included. All right, so if you look here, you read all this, okay, blah, 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 okay, that's all good. But if you look at what's included right here, the one thing that you don't see is this. You would assume, I would assume that this goes on to the threaded nozzle that goes into your pit. Well, that's what it does, but they don't all go on really good. So you have to kind of like torque down on it a little bit. And here's the instructions on how to download the app, which is pretty straightforward and it's really good. And now you come across, what to look for in the lights and blinking, if it's slow blinking, and a rapid blinking, solid, and everything else. And then you come here and it's pretty straightforward on how to put this on the side of your Weber Smoky Mountain or how to use the cup. Then over here, I have no freaking clue what this is, okay? This is the nozzle, but I have no idea what this stuff is right here. I don't have none of that on my Weber Kettle. All right, this is universal for Weber Kettle, but the pictures don't indicate that. All right, plus it doesn't show how to install this onto the cup. And then once again, this nozzle, I have no idea what this nozzle is here. They might go for some other kind of smoker, but I don't have none of that. And then it shows again, right here, top vent almost closed, which repeats the same exact thing that's in here. So they just repeated the same thing twice right here. So you have this, and you also have this. Now, is it that important that you need to have an actual flyer? No, it's not. Then it goes here and it shows you how to put it on the pit, and then you put it in there, blah, 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 blah. Again, also has all their information right there as well. Flame Boss. All right, so something else that I noticed that really irritated me is that there's no cap. There's no way to cap this off. They don't give you the cap that goes on the inside. So either you have to cover it with aluminum foil, or you have to go buy a galvanized steel cap, which I'm going to be doing that a little bit later, and looking for a galvanized steel cap to go on here so lizards and stuff don't get inside your pit and bugs and everything else. They do not include that cap, nor is it even inside of the instruction manual about covering that up, which I think is pretty important. Also inside the instruction manual, and this is a little detail that you might want to put in there, is the size hole that you drill in your pit to put the control device in there. So look, I'll be your instruction manual that you guys lack to put in there. So anybody else watches this video and gets one of these devices, I'll be your instruction manual for right now. It requires a 1 inch, so you gotta drill a 1 inch hole. Now I'm gonna install the other one here in a little bit. I'm gonna show you how I installed the other one. But you need a 1 inch, probably a step drill bit. But what I did is I stepped it down, went from a small drill bit to a little bit larger drill bit, then I went to this. So it's 1 inch is what you need. And it's a 3/4 galvanized steel cap. Neither one of those is inside the instruction. Nor inside the instructions is the fact that whenever when I was trying to download the second device onto the app, it froze up. It kept saying loading, 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 and it would never, ever, ever come. I mean, I shut down the app, I shut down my phone 3-4 times trying to bring it back up, and I had no idea how to do it. So I had to go ahead and I read through the instructions. Nowheres, and none of this. Nowhere in the instructions does it say about a reset button or anything else, because basically this device doesn't have none of that. But this is what it does have, okay? So you have the meat probe, so you can use a meat probe here. This is where your meat probe hooks up to, and you got a pit probe. So you only have 2 wires, okay, which might, be an issue for some people. But don't worry, because they have a Pit Boss 500 coming out that actually has 3 meat probes in it, which is really cool, which is really, really good. See, then this is where you put the power in, and then right here, there's a little, see if you see it, right there between pit and meat. This is not in the instruction manual, and you might want to know this. So if you want to reset, I found this out the next day. After going through the instruction manual, I never knew about a freaking reset button. So I had to put a little, like a paper clip or something. I had to hold it down to reset it. Then I was able to upload it, and I was able to get all the information up really good. So when I questioned Flame Boss, they said the reason why the galvanized steel cap is not in there is because they try to keep costs low. A galvanized steel cap doesn't cost that much, you know, probably cut just a couple bucks, maybe $2 to $3, I would say, probably at the most. I'm gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot, I'm gonna look at some galvanized steel caps. This is my suggestions to Flame Boss about keeping costs down low. It's been raining, it kind of dropped in the water here, but this is what you do. This thing, chuck it. You don't need that. It's repetitive. You don't need that. This, okay? It only needs to be one-sided. Why do you have to double print it on both sides in English? I can understand if one side was maybe Spanish. Okay, I get that. But why do you have to do it in both sides in English? How about this? How about the stuff that you left out of the instruction manual, the ones I just mentioned? How about you just blank off one of these sides and then put that there? Makes sense, right? I think so. So I've already called Flame Boss. I've let them know all this information about it. So far, my customer service experience has been good. My experience trying to set this up, middle of the road, because I did have problems with one of them. The straightforwardness and the overall experience with the instructions sucks. Horrible. So now, let's get into how to install this thing. If there's anything else I might have forgot, I'll let you know, because I could swear there's some more things that I try to remember, but I think that's everything right there. But if there is anything else, let's get into installing this thing. All right, just so y'all know, in case there being only one meat probe is an issue for you, the price of the Flame Boss 400 is low enough where you could probably go and get yourself one of these Inkbird devices here. These Inkbird devices are here. You can actually plug 4 wires into there. I'll be doing a review of this here probably next video. I'll be doing a review of this, but just want to mention it. Even with the cost of this, it's still lower than the competitors' prices, so you can still use something like this. And it's very, very affordable, and it seems pretty cool. So far, so good. I haven't really used it yet, but from what I could tell with the packaging, instructions, everything's pretty good with the Inkbird. So let's get into installing this thing now. Okay, so here's the one I installed last night, okay, and you can see it's below the grill grate here. But the thing is, even though I tightened up this nut all the way, it's still loose. It's still jiggled. See that? So what I'm gonna have to do is get some high heat silicone. I'm gonna put it on the outside right here. I'll put it on the outside right here, around here, to kind of keep that still and to keep it nice and airtight. But this is boom, doesn't hit. Look at that. Boop, doesn't hit. Boop, doesn't hit. Look at that. Perfect. Just hope I can do this one the same way. So let's get. Okay, so your first step, you've already kind of see right here, I already kind of cleaned it up at. All right, so we're gonna look for a spot to put this. So you can see where the paddles come together. Take some alcohol. Let's move this back, son. Move this back. So we're gonna clean this area right here. I actually use some cotton balls, but let's clean this area real good, so that tape and stuff will stick to it. Okay, so clean the area that you're gonna be working with. You might have to scrape everything pretty good, but get everything nice and clean. Now just let it dry. All right, so after everything dries, just take yourself a simple pencil like this. Just kind of like mark an area. All right, so mark yourself an area here so you can see it. All right, there we go. Now I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little triangle right there now. Right there. See the little triangle? If you don't want to do that, you want to do the pencil, you can just come here simply with a piece of tape. Tape that off. Bring this side over. Here we go. Like that. Razor blade. Cut along the edge. There we go. Now we're left with this. Now to measure this thing out properly, go ahead and fit the coupling on there. And you're going to place it right here to see if you got enough room. So you want to go ahead and leave yourself a little bit of room on both sides right here. Okay, it's about right there, probably pretty good right there. Come inside here, find the middle, and there you go. There's your center point. you really probably can't see it, but it has like a little bit of a curve, and the threads are here a little bit different. So it kind of like goes kind of like in like a bowl shape pattern. Now with the other one I put it with the bowl going on the inside to kind of fit the groove. This one, since the other one didn't go on very tight, I'm going to try around the other way. I'm going to try to put it on like this, where the bowl is on the outside. Once again, there is no instructions on how to put this on and which way to put this on. So this video will be your instruction manual for right now. Let's give it a try. I don't know if the paint's dry yet, but you know what? Got a lot of stuff I gotta do. I'm kind of antsy, so let's give it a shot. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the curve. Now this one goes on a lot easier than that other one did. This one is night and day different than the first one I did. This one went on so much easier. Okay, now something else that is not inside the instruction manual is how this thing's supposed to properly go on. There's a little lip right here, okay, on top. This, you're gonna put on first. You're gonna put it to the top, and you're gonna lean it down, and it should lock right in there, okay, like this. This one works better than the other one. Alrighty, so just leaving Lowe's, and $2.78 is what a galvanized steel cap costs. I don't think that's much to ask to put into the kit, the universal kit for the Flame Boss. $2.78, and I'm sure if you guys order it in bulk, you can get a whole lot cheaper. And if you have to raise the price up of the Flame Boss $1 or $2, I don't think it's gonna hurt nothing. So let's get back. All right, my apologies, this is going kind of long. However, now I'm gonna put some coals in there. I'm gonna try it out to see how it actually works, the functionality of the app. And now, they claim that you should be able to go off-site, out of Wi-Fi area. So I'm just gonna light up some coals. I'm gonna see if I can control this from the store. Let's get started. All right, so I've got the device in here. I hooked the power button up. Now this is the one for the pit. So I'm gonna put that in here. There we go. Hook this back up. All right, hope it stays in there. Now, when I get some coals in there, I put this clip in the middle, like right here, and it's going to regulate temperature. Now, the cord I like the feel of the cord. The cord actually almost feels kind of like a rope. It's pretty nice. It goes up to a maximum temperature of about 475. Don't let it go over that, or it's going to go bad. But if that thing's working right there, then you're not going to have to worry about it. Let's get some coals in here. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you guys some positive stuff. All right, so one major thing I like about the Universal 400 is that I can use this not only with my kettle, not only with my barrel cooker, I can also use it with my offset. So this is like a major plus with this Flame Boss 400. With my barrel house cooker, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this up on cinder blocks like I had it before, and then I'll remove this from the bottom, then I'll put this up underneath like this. So now the airflow is gonna be coming up and blowing upwards. Or I just might drill a hole in the side right here and plug it up to right there. As such. So there's a lot of options, even though the instructions quite frankly suck and they really need to improve on that. The options that this gives, Universal Kit gives, is freaking endless. I can even use this on my homemade vertical smoker that I have, and that really excites me. Now let's get to seeing if this app really does work. Okay, so before I leave, I just want to show you this. So I started about 11:53, and roughly about 10 minutes, I'd say, it's up to temperature. And right now, let me see, I'm trying to get used to this thing. Right now the temp is at 233, and I set it at 225. So it's probably gonna stay right around that area, 234. I think that it goes, let me see, pit temp, pit alarm, value must be between 10. I don't know. Alright, so the pit temp is near the temp set. Alright, temp set and pit alarm successfully updated. Just something I gotta get used to. Now it's time to go to the store and see what this thing can do. Okay, so we're up here at the store, and let's see. this thing's working. Let's go to this. All right, so there you go, 227. I don't have the meat probe hooked up. This is how it's doing. Right on. Looks like it's keeping temperature. It went up a little bit to the 230s and it leveled out. Now I don't know why it keeps doing this, which is kind of weird. You gotta go back in to get the graph. There we go. So there we go. Now let's go to, see if I can change the pit temp to 250. All right, go to set. Set temp and pit alarm successfully updated. That is cool. So we're probably 2-3 miles from the house right now, and I was able to set it. I'll check back here in about another 10-15 minutes and see how it's doing. All right, so 2 minutes ago, I got an alert that said the pit temp is near the set temp, so the pit alarm is now active. Now that's pretty cool. It got up to 250 pretty quick. That's pretty awesome. All right, y'all. So in conclusion, Flame Boss, if y'all want to save some money and still keep the prices down low, this right here can go. This right here, you only need one side. The other side, you can put some of the information that we really need on there to work the pit. Now the control and controlling it from off-site location, you know, a couple miles down the road, control inside a store, that's completely valid, and actually it's really cool. I do like that feature of the Flame Boss 400. The customer service experience was very good. They tried to help me out, but Flame Boss, you guys got some homework to do. Now I did tell Flame Boss that once they update all this stuff and give valid information and all the things that you need, you know, kind of like the size hole you're supposed to drill, kind of show that wing nut, and you know, kind of show what to do, because there is two different directions that wing nut can be screwed onto, and it is a slight concave there. Once they do that, I told them that I will do an update video and inform everybody that those changes have been met and those have been changed. I think that's about it. But so far the app and the controller is working perfect. I really like that. If you guys want to check out a Flame Boss, I'll leave some information down below in the description. I'm not getting paid. It's just kind of like they gave me a free one to do a review, and I purchased one as well. So it's not like it's totally free, because I did actually come out of pocket and paid full price for one as well. Like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. Ciao.